You've been eating eggs your whole life, but what if I told you some small mistakes like how you store or cook them could quietly be putting your health at risk? If you're over 60, your body doesn't handle food the same way it used to, and eggs, believe it or not, can be a hidden danger if you're not careful. Let's take a few minutes today to fix that together. The hidden danger of expired and damaged eggs. Have you ever cracked open an egg and paused, wondering if it was still safe to eat? That moment of hesitation isn't just a passing thought, it's your instincts trying to warn you. The eggs sitting in your fridge right now might not be as safe as you assume, especially if you're over 60. Eggs may be known as one of nature's most complete foods, packed with protein, vitamins, and essential nutrients. However, they can also harbor invisible dangers, particularly when they are expired, damaged, or improperly stored. As eggs age, their natural protective coating breaks down, making them more vulnerable to bacterial contamination. If even the tiniest crack appears on the shell, sometimes so small, it's almost undetectable harmful bacteria, like Salmonella or E. coli, can slip inside. Think of the eggshell as your home's front door. If it's broken, unwanted guests can enter. For seniors, this risk is even greater. As we age, our immune systems naturally weaken, making it harder to fight off infections. Our digestive systems also produce less stomach acid, which normally helps kill bacteria in food. What might cause a younger person a mild upset stomach for a day could send someone in their 70s or 80s to the hospital with severe dehydration. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC) estimates that foodborne illnesses lead to approximately 128 hospitalizations and 3,000 deaths in the U.S. every year, many of them among older adults. Hashtag a lesson in food safety. The story of Margaret, a 74-year-old retired librarian from Kansas City, had been making homemade egg salad for years. She never thought twice about using eggs a few days past their expiration date. "I've been eating eggs my whole life, and I've never had a problem," she told her daughter when asked about her habit. But one afternoon, after enjoying a sandwich made from eggs that had been sitting in her fridge for over a month, Margaret developed severe food poisoning. She was rushed to the emergency room with symptoms of dehydration and fever. Her doctor later confirmed that the culprit was a bad egg, one that had been quietly harboring bacteria as it aged. The simple water test that could save you relying on printed expiration dates is not always the best approach, since eggs may go bad before or after the date listed on the carton. Instead, food safety experts recommend the water test as a simple way to determine if an egg is still fresh and safe. If the egg sinks and lays flat on its side in a bowl of cold water, it's good to eat. Use soon. If it stands upright on one end, it's still okay, but should be used soon. Toss immediately. If it floats to the top, it has gone bad and must be thrown out. The 21-day rule: why you shouldn't rely solely on expiration dates. While egg cartons often have an expiration date, food safety specialists advise following the 21-day rule. Eggs are at their highest quality and safest for consumption within 21 days of being laid. After this period, their protective defenses weaken, and bacterial growth becomes more likely, particularly for seniors with more sensitive digestive systems. Shopping and storage tips to keep eggs safe: check the carton before purchasing eggs. Open the carton and inspect them. Look for any hairline cracks or sticky residue, which could indicate damage. Store eggs properly. Always refrigerate eggs in the main compartment of your fridge, not the door, where temperature fluctuations can shorten their shelf life. Minimize temperature changes. When grocery shopping, pick up eggs last and avoid leaving them in a hot car, as frequent temperature shifts accelerate spoilage. Small changes for big health benefits. Eggs are an excellent part of a healthy diet, but taking a few extra steps to ensure their safety can make all the difference, especially as you age. Making simple adjustments like testing your eggs before use, storing them correctly, and being mindful of their freshness can protect you from potential illness and keep eggs as a nutritious staple in your diet. Your body deserves that extra level of care, doesn't it? The raw truth about undercooked and raw eggs. We've all seen it in the movies, those tough, determined athletes gulping down raw eggs as part of their intense training regimens. Rocky Balboa made it look like the ultimate power move. But what Hollywood didn't tell you is that drinking raw eggs isn't just unnecessary, it can be downright dangerous, especially as we get older. Many people believe raw eggs are more nutritious than cooked ones, but science tells a different story. Cooking eggs actually improves protein absorption, making it easier for your body to use. When you eat a raw egg, your body can only absorb about 50% of its protein content. But once it's cooked, that number jumps to 90%. Why? Because heat breaks down the protein structures, making them easier for your digestive system to process. The hidden risks of raw eggs, beyond poor protein absorption, raw eggs come with another major downside: bacterial contamination. Salmonella, one of the most common foodborne illnesses in the U.S., is often linked to raw or undercooked eggs. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention (CDC), over 135 million cases of salmonella infection occur each year, leading to 26,500 hospitalizations and 420 deaths. Older adults, pregnant women, and those with weakened immune systems are particularly vulnerable. Take the case of Richard, a 68-year-old retired firefighter from Texas. He had always prided himself on staying in great shape and often made a protein-packed breakfast smoothie with raw eggs. One morning after his usual routine, he started feeling nauseous. By the afternoon, he was experiencing severe stomach cramps, diarrhea, and fever. A trip to the ER confirmed a salmonella infection. The culprit, a contaminated raw egg. His doctor warned him that, at his age, foodborne illnesses could hit harder and last longer than they would for someone younger. He switched to fully cooked eggs after that and hasn't had a problem since. What about runny yolks? Are they safe? Maybe you don't drink raw eggs, but do you love your eggs sunny side up or soft boiled? If the yolk is runny, the risk still exists. While modern egg production has improved, 1 in every 20,000 eggs may still be contaminated with salmonella. That might not sound like much, but considering Americans consume over 280 eggs per person per year, the odds of exposure add up quickly. Safer alternatives for those who love raw or soft eggs. For those who enjoy raw or lightly cooked eggs in recipes like homemade Caesar dressing, eggnog, or soft-boiled eggs, pasteurized eggs are a safer option. These eggs have been gently heated to kill bacteria while still keeping their consistency intact. Look for the word pasteurized on the carton at your grocery store. If you love a runny yolk, consider cooking your eggs just enough to reduce bacteria risk while still enjoying the texture. Over easy eggs, poached eggs, or soft-boiled eggs should be cooked until the whites are firm but the yolk remains slightly soft. This method significantly lowers the risk compared to completely raw eggs. #the takeaway. Eating raw or undercooked eggs is a gamble, particularly as we get older. While they might seem like a shortcut to extra protein, the truth is that cooked eggs provide better nutrition with far less risk. Whether you're an athlete, a senior, or just someone who loves a good breakfast, making the switch to fully cooked or pasteurized eggs can help keep you safe while still giving you all the nutritional benefits eggs have to offer. Next time you're tempted by a runny yolk or a raw egg in your smoothie, ask yourself, is the risk really worth it? A few simple adjustments to how you prepare eggs can go a long way in protecting your health. The temperature trap: improper storage. After cooking, picture this. You've just made a big batch of deviled eggs for a family barbecue. They sit on the picnic table, the sun beating down, as guests chat and enjoy themselves. A few hours later, you pack up the leftovers and put them in the fridge, thinking they'll still be good for tomorrow. But what if those eggs have already become a breeding ground for bacteria? This scenario plays out more often than you'd think. Eggs, like any perishable food, must be stored properly after cooking, or they can quickly enter the temperature danger zone 40-30F to 141F, where bacteria multiply at an alarming rate. In fact, bacteria can double in number every 20 minutes at room temperature. So that egg salad or scrambled eggs left sitting out for a couple of hours They could be teeming with harmful microbes by the time they hit your fridge. Why seniors need to be extra careful. For most people, food poisoning from improperly stored eggs might mean an upset stomach and a rough day. But for older adults, whose immune systems naturally weaken with age, a bout of foodborne illness can be much more serious. The CDC reports that people over 65 are at higher risk of complications from foodborne pathogens, including severe dehydration and hospitalization. A costly mistake. Susan's story. Susan, a 70-year-old retiree from Florida, loved making breakfast in advance. She would cook a large pan of scrambled eggs on Sunday night, portion them out, and store them in the fridge for easy reheating. But there was a problem. She would leave the eggs sitting on the counter for over 2 hours to cool before refrigerating them. After months of occasional digestive discomfort, she ended up in the hospital with a severe salmonella infection. Her doctor explained that the way she was cooling and storing her eggs was allowing dangerous bacteria to grow. Once Susan started cooling her eggs properly and refrigerating them immediately, her health improved, and she never had another issue. The right way to store cooked eggs. To avoid foodborne illness, follow these simple but crucial storage tips. Cool quickly. Spread cooked eggs in a single layer on a plate or baking sheet so they cool faster. Leaving them in a deep container traps heat, allowing bacteria to thrive. Refrigerate within 2 hours. If the room temperature is above 90 OF, like at a summer picnic, this window shrinks to 1 hour. Use within 3-4 days. Cooked eggs should be stored in shallow, airtight containers in the fridge and eaten within a few days. Watch out for cross-contamination. Another hidden risk in many kitchens is cross-contamination, when harmful bacteria from raw foods transfer to cooked foods. Here's how to keep your eggs safe. Store cooked eggs on the top shelf. Keep them above raw meats and unwashed produce to prevent juices from dripping onto them. Use clean utensils. Never use the same spatula or plate for raw and cooked eggs without washing it first. Reheating eggs without ruining. Many people reach for the microwave to reheat eggs, but this often leads to a rubbery texture. Instead, try these methods. Gentle stovetop reheating. Warm eggs in a pan over low heat with a tablespoon of water and cover with a lid to retain moisture. Steam reheating. Place eggs in a heat-proof dish over simmering water for a softer, freshly cooked texture. The bottom line, when it comes to food safety, small mistakes can have big consequences, especially as we age. Properly storing and handling cooked eggs isn't just about preventing a stomachache, it's about protecting your health. A few extra precautions can keep your eggs delicious, nutritious, and most importantly, safe to eat. So next time you whip up a batch of eggs, remember, the fridge is your best friend, and time is of the essence. The heat problem. How overcooking destroys egg nutrition. Have you ever noticed a greenish-gray ring around the yolk of a hard-boiled egg? Or smelled that unmistakable sulfur scent after cooking eggs for too long? These are signs that your eggs have been overcooked, and while they may still be edible, they have lost some of their most valuable nutrients. Overcooking eggs isn't just about taste and texture, it can actually change their nutritional profile, potentially increasing inflammation in the body. The science behind overcooking eggs. When eggs are exposed to high heat for too long, they undergo oxidation, a process that can make the cholesterol in eggs more prone to forming harmful compounds in the body. Research suggests that oxidized cholesterol plays a role in increasing inflammation and may contribute to heart disease over time. While eggs themselves are not the enemy, the way they are cooked can make a difference in their impact on your health. Additionally, essential vitamins and antioxidants in eggs like vitamin D, choline, lutein, and zeaxanthin begin to break down when exposed to prolonged high temperatures. These nutrients are crucial for brain function, eye health, and maintaining energy levels, making proper cooking methods even more important. A change in cooking habits. Robert's story. Robert, a retired engineer from Chicago, had always preferred his eggs scrambled until dry and rubbery or hard-boiled until the yolks crumbled into powder. Growing up, he had been taught that undercooked eggs were unsafe, so he always erred on the side of caution. But at his annual checkup, His doctor pointed out that his cholesterol levels had risen, and he was experiencing joint pain, both signs of increased inflammation. After researching healthier cooking methods, Robert started cooking his scrambled eggs on low heat and poaching his eggs instead of hard boiling them. Within a few months, he noticed improved digestion and had more energy throughout the day. The best ways to cook eggs for maximum nutrition. If you want to get the most nutrients out of your eggs, gentle cooking methods are key. Here's how to prepare eggs in a way that preserves their natural benefits. Scrambled eggs. Cook over medium-low heat, removing them from the pan while they're still slightly soft. They will continue cooking on the plate due to residual heat. Fried eggs. Avoid cooking over high heat. Instead, fry on medium heat until the whites are set and the yolks are still slightly runny. This keeps nutrients intact. Hard-boiled eggs. Instead of boiling aggressively, bring water to a boil, turn off the heat, cover, and let the eggs sit for 9–12 minutes before cooling them in ice water. This prevents the gray-green ring from forming and preserves nutrients. Poached eggs. This method involves cooking eggs in simmering, not boiling water, which prevents excessive heat exposure and oxidation. Why traditional cooking methods work best. Many traditional cooking techniques naturally preserve egg nutrition. In France, omelets are often cooked at low temperatures until just set, and in Japan, onsen tamago, slow-cooked eggs, are prepared in warm water baths that never reach a boil. These methods have been used for centuries and have been shown to retain more vitamins and antioxidants than high-heat cooking. The takeaway: eggs are one of nature's most nutrient-packed foods, but how you cook them makes all the difference. Overcooking can destroy their best qualities, while gentle cooking methods preserve their health benefits and enhance their taste. Next time you make eggs, think about cooking them low and slow. Your body and taste buds will thank you. The oil factor. How your choice of fat impacts egg nutrition. Most of us don't give much thought to what we cook our eggs in. Butter, vegetable oil, margarine, whatever's in the kitchen at the moment. But here's the truth. The oil or fat you use to cook your eggs can make a huge difference in their health benefits. While eggs themselves are packed with protein, vitamins, and healthy fats, pairing them with the wrong cooking oil can cancel out many of their benefits or even make them harmful. Certain oils, especially those with a low smoke point, can break down when exposed to high heat, creating harmful compounds linked to inflammation, heart disease, and even cognitive decline. The hidden dangers of processed cooking oils. For decades, many Americans were told that vegetable oils like canola, soybean, and corn oil were the healthiest choices. However, recent research suggests otherwise. These oils are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which, when consumed in excess, can promote chronic inflammation, a major contributor to arthritis, heart disease, and even Alzheimer's. Take the case of Barbara, a 74-year-old retired nurse from Arizona. She had been using margarine or canola oil to fry her eggs every morning, thinking she was making a heart-healthy choice. But over the years, she started experiencing joint pain and fatigue. After consulting with a nutritionist, she switched to extra virgin olive oil and occasionally used grass-fed butter. Within weeks, she noticed less stiffness in the morning and improved energy levels. Best and worst oils for cooking eggs. If you want to make the most of your egg's nutritional value, consider switching to healthier fats with higher stability and additional health benefits. Best choices. Extra virgin olive oil contains powerful antioxidants and healthy monounsaturated fats. Works well for medium-low heat cooking. Avocado oil has a high smoke point and is rich in heart-healthy fats, making it ideal for frying eggs without breaking down. Grass-fed butter, or ghee, provides essential vitamins like K2, which helps direct calcium to bones instead of arteries. Ghee, a form of clarified butter, has a higher smoke point and fewer milk solids, making it easier to digest for those who are lactose sensitive. Avoid these: vegetable oil, soybean, canola, corn, sunflower, often highly processed and prone to oxidation at high heat, which can increase inflammation in the body. Margarine and shortening contain trans fats and artificial additives, which are linked to heart disease and other health risks. Cooking eggs with minimal oil. If you're watching your fat intake but still want to avoid dry or rubbery eggs, there are ways to cook them using less oil while keeping them flavorful and moist. Poaching cooks eggs in simmering water without any oil, preserving their natural texture and nutrients. Steam frying, add a tiny bit of oil to the pan, then pour in a tablespoon of water and cover. The steam keeps eggs soft while preventing burning. Non-stick pan with light coating. Use a paper towel to spread a thin layer of oil, preventing excess fat while keeping eggs from sticking. The bottom line, eggs are one of the most nutrient-dense foods available, but how you cook them matters just as much as the eggs themselves. Using the right oils can enhance their health benefits, while choosing the wrong ones can increase inflammation and long-term health risks. Next time you crack an egg into a pan, ask yourself, is this oil helping or hurting my health? Small changes in your cooking habits can make a big difference in how you feel every day.